Welcome back to the Manc Entrepreneur YouTube channel. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about whether you need money in order to start a business. Now, this was a question that was posed to me on one of my videos I did this week, 2 videos ago, about how do you register a business here in the UK and how you go through that process. And a chap called Ryan reached out in the comments and said, do you need money to start a business for a limited company, as I have no money to start my business idea? So Ryan, thank you so much for the question. It's a great question. And I guess the good news is, do you need money? Not necessarily is the best answer I can give you on that one. You see, within life, not just business, you will find that things will either take one of two things. They'll either take your time or they'll take your money. Now, people often say that time is money. I disagree. I actually believe that time is more valuable than money. And let me tell you why. Money is pretty much a finite resource, an infinite resource, because as soon as they start running out of money, they just print some more. So there's always money to be made. There's not a limited amount of money you can make. Look at the billionaires in the world. You know, their worth keeps on growing. They have more money. By the very nature, money is always going to be available for you to make. Time is a finite source. You only have a limited amount of time on this planet in order to do the things which you want to do. And the more time that you can spend doing those things, the better. So don't look at time as the same as money. Time is certainly more valuable than money. So we got that out of the way. We look on to what you need to start a business. Now, some businesses, again, Ryan and anyone else watching this who's in the similar boat, want to start a business but don't necessarily have a huge amount of funds behind you. Don't let that hold you back. The first business that me and Matt started, we started with no money. I tell a bit of a lie. We obviously, I think back then, to register the business, that was about £40. To register a domain name for 2 years, I think that was about £20. I think the hosting, Matt already had some hosting that we could use for the time being, so that was free. So again, there is some costs involved, but again, for the nature of the business that we were running, it was only our time that was going to get it off the ground. And we were offered investment very early on. And me and Matt had to sit down and have that conversation and go, well, what would we do with 50, £100,000? The answer was, other than pay ourselves and maybe spend a little bit on marketing and hiring a team member, not that much. And we basically looked at those things. Were we willing to invest our time? Yes. Was that a better investment than giving away a percentage of our business? Yes. So always bear that in mind. Some businesses, you can just start with time. If you're building a service or a software as a service product and you're a developer and you can do the coding, you can start a business very, very cheaply. If you are doing information products and writing about what you know, building courses, writing ebooks, again, it's just your time, which you are the commodity there. If you are selling products, that is a different kettle of fish. You're going to need to buy products, get them manufactured, in which case, unless you're building them yourself or making them yourself, again, which is great for the likes of Etsy and other handmade sort of things, that's fine. Again, costs are low. But if you're getting into a traditional product-based business, you're going to need some startup capital in order to get started. And then if you've got ambitions to build a very cool app or a huge software product which needs a team of developers, you're going to need a lot of money or you're going to need investment. Now, the one thing that I would say to any aspiring entrepreneur watching this who feels that they don't have money, don't let that stop you from trying to pursue your dream. There's lots of different ways in which you can get money. So again, loans from the bank is one way. I mean, right now, especially here in the UK, lending is not, banks aren't lending a lot of money right now due to the uncertainty of the economy and everything else. So that used to be something that was very easy to do, and now is less so. Next up, obviously, you have, sort of friends and family. If they believe in your idea and have the cash lying around to at least get you started, that's one route you can go down. The other is investors, again, seeking investment. There's a lot of very rich people right now who are willing to invest in the .com thing. So if you're building online businesses, whether it be e-commerce, other stuff, if you can convince them that you're the right person, that's the most important thing. They might necessarily think your product is crap, but if they believe in you as the person to run this business, then you could potentially get investment. But again, you do have to give away some equity in your business. But I've always been a believer that some is better than none. You're better having some equity in a business which is making money than 100% equity in an idea which isn't making money. The other one is also crowdfunding, Kickstarters and things like that. Again, for the right product, for the right service, crowdfunding is definitely a way to go. It's a way in which you can get that initial startup capital to help kickstart the business the right way. And of course, once you start making money, that cash flow just seems to turn over. You basically, it is a kickstart, and it's a fantastic way to get going. So again, do you need money to start a business? It depends. Depends on the type of business you're trying to run. Information, software, service, you're a developer, you can largely build it very, very cheaply for the price of a domain name, some hosting, and a little bit of marketing, I imagine. If it's a much more grander, bigger project, investment is probably, or crowdfunding is the way to look at it. And likewise, if it's a product-based business, similar sort of thing. You're going to need some capital in order to buy the stock in the first place or get your product made. So I hope that's sort of helped with that question. If anybody has any questions around this subject, comments, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be more than happy to try and help in any way that I can. So that said, a couple of things I want to talk about. Today is Friday. It is the 30th of June. For anybody who is not aware, I was running like a 200 subscriber competition at the beginning of the month, or whenever it was that I hit 200 subscribers. The deadline for that competition is the end of today. So actually, I will put a link up here for anyone watching the recording. So if you're watching this live right now, you'll have to wait for the video to process. I will add in the link up there, and also I'll put the link down below to the 200 subscriber competition. Basically, you get the prize is you win some of my time, the most precious commodity that I could possibly give you, whether that be for consulting, mentoring, to do an interview on the channel, some marketing help, whatever it is. That's the competition. All you need to do is be a subscriber to the channel and go and comment on the 200 subscriber competition video. Like I said, link is either up there or down in the comment section. Sorry, down in the description below. It'll probably be both. So again, final day for that. If you haven't already entered, please do so. I'll be looking at the winners next week. In fact, I'll pull the winner next week. And yeah, we'll try and arrange whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you feel I can help you with. So that's exciting. Happy, yeah, looking forward to that. What else? Right, yeah, I can't linger around today because I've got a flight to catch. I've not packed yet. I need to trim this, have a shower, and sort of leave all within about an hour. So that will be fun. For anyone who didn't know, I'm heading to Luxembourg next week. I'm working as normal. It's just a slight relocate for a week. I'll tell you more about that in one of next week's videos. If you are running an online business and you have the flexibility to travel, but maybe don't have what you think is the necessary finances to do it, I'm going to show you a very cheap way of how I'm managing to spend, I think, 9 or 10 days in Luxembourg for about £50. And £50 is about maybe about 80 with the return flight. So yeah, £80 flights. I'll show you how I could spend 10 days in Luxembourg or anywhere else in the world potentially. So yeah, that's a video coming next week. I've not recorded it yet. I'm going to record it whilst I'm out in Luxembourg, but that will be a fun one for you. And another heads up, again, I usually do this on a Monday with a roundup. I'm sure I will do it anyway, but really interesting week this week. Some interesting videos as well coming soon with what Terapeak have been up to. Like I said, I had an interview with Terapeak this week. They've been busy building some very cool tools for sellers ever since, you know, they lost competitor research back in January. They've come out with a few winning tools, I find. So that's an interesting one. And also there's a big e-commerce conference coming up in October, which I'm also going to be telling you much more about next week, and I'll be there. So again, that will be an interesting one for anyone e-commerce in Manchester. There you go. So that's sort of a highlight of what happened this week, what's going on next week. And yeah, do you need money in order to start a business? Not necessarily. As always, if you have any questions, don't forget to ask down below in the comment section. And like Ryan, I could just make a video dedicated to your question if I think it will help a lot of people. With that said, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. There's new content every single weekday. And please share this video with anyone who you think would find this useful. Any budding entrepreneurs who are worried about the money issue, share this video and let them know it doesn't necessarily have to be money that gets them started. With that said, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I know you've got a long way to go through Friday, but have a great weekend. And I'll catch you, as always, on Monday for another Monday's Don't Suck episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next week.